What's going on, everybody? It is Falcons Daily. We are back again here on a Tuesday, and I am CG, your host. And if you want to give FanArch a follow, who powers this platform, you can give them a follow at FanArchCo. Their logo is right up here in the top left corner. It is FANARCHCO, and then you can find me at Craig G Sports, CRAIG, the letter G in the word sports. That's where you can find me on social media. Looking at right now, the Falcons are still making their way back into the building from the bye week, and practice and all that stuff is going to start most likely on Thursday. Raheem Morris is scheduled to speak to the media today, this afternoon, around 2 o'clock or so, 2:15. So we will see what he has to say about players returning from injury, things like that. But when you look at the Falcons and things they could do, uh, you know, in the immediate future in terms of improving the ball club, I was looking at the trade deadline, which is coming up around the weekend of November 6th, 7th, around that time. That is exactly when the trade deadline is going to happen. It's in that, I actually think it is November 3rd, if I'm not mistaken, but it is that week. It's first week of November. I'll get you the date again. But again, the trade deadline when it comes to the Falcons, like I don't think we're going to be really trading to bring players in. We don't have very many trade assets. We don't have a lot of money under the salary cap right now. So I think if we did anything, we'd be trading players away to acquire draft picks and cash versus bringing in new players. I mean, yeah, it would be kind of cool if we, could spend some of our draft picks and bring in somebody like George Pickens, who's on the last year of his contract, and team him up with Drake London. I mean, I wouldn't, and Darnell Mooney, of course, but that would be an expensive rental. I mean, there's, plenty of players who are going to be free agents in 2026 that you could look at. But again, for us, I think we'd be more people who are going to be selling players versus trading players. I mean, because right now, when you look at players on the Falcons who are just, I mean, unrestricted free agents going into next season, I mean, we've got a ton of players. I mean, Elijah Wilkerson, our starting left right guard right now, starting inside linebacker, Caden Ellis. Kyle Pitts is an unrestricted free agent. D. Alford, I mean, Ray McLeod, Leonard Floyd, our punter, Bradley Pinion, Arnold Ebiketie, I mean, Tyler Algier. These are all, I mean, go down the list, D'Angelo Malone. Uh, those are all guys who are unrestricted free agents that we have to, think about either trying to re-sign next year with salary cap money, or trying to trade away the assets and and try to get something in return. But again, I wouldn't expect to see the Falcons bringing anybody new in right now. Again, like in a dream scenario for me, yeah, it'd be George Pickens, but um, that's not going to happen most likely. I mean, first of all, the Cowboys just traded for him. Second, uh, again, we don't have the money or the trade assets to bring in somebody like that. But that's just one guy that I would like to see, of course, if we were going to do anything. But that's not going to happen. So I would expect to see us either do nothing or end up trading players away. Again, look at the Tyler Algiers of the world, which I hope that doesn't happen. But we could get some assets for him because he's been a good player and he's been healthy. So even a Ray McLeod as well. I mean, I don't know if that would even happen, but again, all these guys are unrestricted free agents, and the trade deadline is creeping up on us here in early November. So again, it's just something for us to have to think about a little bit. When it comes to trades, of course, one team and their fans, the Cincinnati Bengals, they have been on social media barking a little bit about wanting to bring in Kirk Cousins because Jake Browning has been underperforming. He's 0-3 right now while Joe Burrow is out, and Burrow is probably going to be out for the rest of the season. So, we talked about Kirk to Cincinnati before, and there's no real rumors or real traction to a trade like that right now. But again, I've seen some of the tweets on Twitter, X, or whatever you want to call it. I've seen some of the chatter on social media, And the Cincinnati Bengals, when you look at their salary cap space, could they even afford uh, uh, him right now? I mean, right now the Cincinnati Bengals have, I mean, right around $11.5 million in salary cap space, and then next season they have somewhere they're going to have their as of now, they're projected to have $64 million in cap space. But again, they wouldn't spend all that kind of money on Kirk Cousins, especially just to rent him for essentially a year, waiting for Kirk Cousins to come back. So, I mean, for Joe Burrow to come back, excuse me. But it's a dream scenario for the Falcons, who we think we could probably acquire some picks. And I mean, what would we want to get from Cincinnati, even in a trade for Cousins, if we did explore that? I mean, we're looking. I mean, they've got one pick in every round next year. Cincinnati does. We don't. So I would say first of which, have to be some kind of salary. Work out the salary somehow where they pick up at least $10 million or something, and then maybe slide us that fifth round draft pick in 2026, and then we could also look at maybe a draft pick in a year down the road. But that's where I would start. And again, I'm not the general manager of the Falcons, and you see why I'm not, because I'm sitting right here talking to you guys. But again, that's just a starter I would do there if I was Terry Fontenot and I was going to entertain that. But again, you have to, there's so many different layers to this. I mean, the Falcons want to get as much in return as possible. They also want to do right by Kirk Cousins and his family. So, and also for Kirk, it's got to be the right fit in terms of football too, and what his future holds. Like, they don't want to have the uncertainty and have to, pick up and move again or whatever it is. Because again, it's more than just football. They've got, a lot of these players have kids and families to take care of and things like that. And, you know, so it's so much more than just, picking up your suitcase and getting a new helmet. So we'll see what happens. I mean, again, something to Cincinnati is unlikely. Again, Kirk is going to want to be the starter somewhere. I mean, I firmly believe, um, if he had a chance to start anywhere right now, and if he was going to go anywhere and start, uh, I mean, where he could compete, I would say Seattle, number one. I think he can compete with Sam Darnold to be the starter out there. Number two, I would say Arizona. He could compete with Kyler Murray to be the starter out there too. That's just my personal opinion. Uh, even, I mean, we would never do it, and I think it'd be stupid to do it, but Carolina, another place where he can compete to be the starter immediately. Like, Kirk Cousins right now is, in my opinion, still better than Bryce Young. So um, that's just where I sit on that. And again, it's wishful thinking by Bengals fans, but unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. The value wouldn't be there for either side, especially Cincinnati. All right, so a lot of y'all know we are going to be wearing the throwbacks on Monday night against the Buffalo Bills, and it comes up every single time we wear the throwbacks. These should be our permanent uniforms all the time. Why do we have the ones we have now with the big block numbers and letters, and da 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 da, right? Um, I am in favor of keeping the throwbacks, and making it special, because if you go back to the throwbacks as the original, what are you going to wear when it comes time to wear an alternate jersey? So a lot of people say, oh, just put on the red one. Well, we switched from the red to the black because it was a change in attitude and a change in swagger and style. That's why we did it in 1991 in the first place, because that was during the whole Dion and Jerry Glanville era, right before the Falcons started turning things around and started winning football games. Because remember, they got Dion in the first place because the Falcons were a losing team. And when we got Dion in the beginning, we were wearing the red helmets and the red jerseys, and then we switched to the black. So again, for me, I actually like the new logo that we did when Arthur Blank first bought the team, or like about a year or two after we bought the team, and switched it up in 2003. So I liked that logo, and the uniforms now, I still actually like them. I like that we have the all black, as the the main uniform. The all white look is sick. I mean, the all white uniform looks so dope. I even like the gradient ones. Like I thought the gradients were kind of cool, but even with us switching, when we, how we incorporate the white shirts with the black pants, it's still one of my favorite looks as well. So I hope we keep what we have right now for a while, and then I wouldn't be opposed to maybe keeping the current style and then maybe switching to a red uniform or something like that. But as an alternate or as a fourth or whatever you might call it, but the throwback should always be the throwback. It should be special when we wear them. It should mean something. It should be something that we use to like ignite the crowd. I mean, after a while, you're gonna get tired of seeing it every single week anyway. Even if we're losing, you're gonna get tired of seeing it because I mean, when we're rocking the logo behind us every week, and then it comes time for throwback week, like we have right now, it adds some extra juice to the building. I think it adds some extra juice to the fan base. But it's a great discussion to have. But again, I think throwbacks should always be throwbacks. All right, y'all. Go ahead and keep rising up and sounding off in the comments, please. We had a couple of them from Monday's show. One of them was let's see, no, let's see, it was Dwayne Duffy 6032. I'm a Falcons fan. I really don't care. We're gonna be 2-3. So he thinks we're gonna lose to Buffalo. You never know. I mean, we just saw last night that the Jacksonville Jaguars beat Kansas City. And I know Jacksonville has a better record than the Chiefs right now. But again, I'm sorry. And I know the Falcons, Falcons family, we know the Falcons have not been a winning franchise all the time or even in the last 7 years ourselves, but we still look at the Jaguars and say, but hey, they're still the Jaguars, right? So good for Jacksonville. I mean, any given Sunday, any given Monday, you never know. So I think we got the squad to do it. We can beat, and any team can be beat. You just saw Buffalo take an L at home to the New England Patriots. So again, I still think we're going to get Buffalo's best, but it may not be good enough when they come to the Bends. You never know. All right, y'all, we will see you guys on Wednesday, and we will review what Raheem Morris has to say and take a preview into hopefully getting some of these injured players back. And until then, sayonara and buenos noches.